Okay, guys. Uh, there we go. We are back, and I am back. Yeah, I really should have thought more about yesterday. So I'm gonna sound a little bit like a broken record because I know I apologize every time something interrupts or results in a stream cancellation, but I really should have thought ahead because, yeah, when I woke up yesterday, when I woke up today, yesterday, I just had the longest journey getting home ever from the concert I went to on Saturday, and after I got home, I don't know whether the adrenaline from being at the concert wore off or whatever, but I was just... I still am a little bit today, but the physical tiredness and the body aches I had from my weekend, from my weekend away and then my Saturday being out at the concert, it was very, very disorienting. I wasn't quite expecting to be as tired as I was. So that is why I didn't end up streaming yesterday. But I am glad to be back today, and we are also back to the regular schedule as well. I know last week I kind of decided to freestyle it a little bit and just kind of play it by ear and play what I wanted to each day on stream. But today I am going right back to the schedule, so as of now I can stream every day this week. So in case anyone has forgotten, I'm sure you all have great memories, but today is Ace Attorney, so Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Tomorrow is Yakuza 5 Remastered, which hopefully I will be in the mood to play this week, because last week I was clearly not in a Yakuza mood. Then Wednesday will be Persona 3 Reload, Thursday will be Red Dead Redemption 2, and Friday will be Life is Strange Reunion. And then hopefully me and Fred on Sunday will be starting RE4 Remake, which we would have started yesterday it was mainly on me. Like Fred could have done a solo stream if he wanted to, but I just was not streaming yesterday. So that means that the debut of RE4 Remake on this channel... Well, actually no, because I have actually played RE4 Remake before, because I think it was after Leon got announced to be returning in RE Requiem, and I played RE4 as like a showcase on stream, but when me and Fred play it again on Sunday, it will be very much a full playthrough, so that will be very, very exciting. But back to today, let's jump back into Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, there we go. Alright, so I think we just started the second day of the trial, so we did the second part of the investigation in the last Ace Attorney stream, which also turned into a World Cup semi-final play-by-play stream. I did watch, for anyone else that's been following the soccer or the football, the World Cup, I did actually watch the England versus France runner-up game whilst I was away I was lucky enough that the concert actually finished slightly earlier than I thought, so I was able to watch the full second half of the game, which was really nice. So I got to watch England and France play in my hotel room. There was a lot. That was really funny as well, coming back from coming back from the concert and just seeing the bar and the cafe, like the bar cafe area in the hotel, just full of people wearing England shirts, supporting England, watching the game. I'm not used to seeing that at a hotel, because usually you're expecting when you come back from a concert and you go to a hotel for the hotel to be like desolate, for there to be nobody there, but there were still loads of people up, which was crazy. So that was kind of a cool moment. I do like to voice act, but I think I am just gonna kind of more commentate on the game today, just because I do feel like I'm still trying to get my voice back to full strength after the concert, because I am very much the type of person at a concert who will sing along to every word. Like I will rehearse the songs before I go see the artist. I will sing along to every word. I will dance like nobody's watching. So I feel like my voice is probably maybe at like 85-90% strength, because I don't know if you can tell, it is a little strained, but so I think trying to do an American accent and putting pressure on my voice in this stream won't do my vocal cords any good. So the way this stream will work for Ace Attorney is I'll still be playing the game, but I'll be commentating on the game and also talking about other things. So there. I do hope everyone else had a great Friday and Saturday, because I didn't stream on both Friday and Saturday. I know I did have a great time at the concert. Obviously on Friday anyway. I didn't really have to worry about it on Saturday, because I don't stream on Saturdays anyway. But I did miss streaming on Friday, even though I was very busy with making sure I had everything kind of put aside that I wanted to pack for the concert, because I stayed overnight. So I've kind of discovered, especially now that I have my own car and I can drive, I'm really not one for, I don't think I like going there and back the same day of a concert anymore. I would much rather prefer to stay over, because I did get used to that before I got my driver's license. It was nice to go to a concert with Fred and relatively take our time and not only stay at a hotel but explore the local area of wherever the concert was being held a little bit. It looks like Rafa is getting a bit boiled up by the judges' comments. Well then, no wonder, because the judge and... yeah, I think the judge and the prosecution have basically said that the divination seance is no longer needed. I do have a little bit of announcement to make as well. It's not gonna affect my streams at all, but there is a chance that going forward you might see a little bit more of me than usual, because as well as doing my own streams, I guess I can soft announce it. I don't think my fiance will mind this, but I will officially be starting to appear on my fiance's channel more moving forward. So we're gonna kind of pay each other back for, like, Fred's been collaborating with me a lot on my channel, but now I'm gonna be collaborating with him a little bit on his channel. So, cause I do think this is the right time for me to start appearing on my fiance's channel as well, because I feel like me and Fred have kind of got into a nice rhythm now with our streams and how we do them and the structure and the content. Because I still remember the earlier streams I did with my fiance where it was a little bit rocky sometimes. There'd be a lot of stress, a little bit of on-stream bickering, but we have definitely moved past that and gotten a lot better at our on-screen camaraderie and banter and whatnot. So hopefully we'll be able to apply that to his channel as well. Hi Cash, welcome in. Happy Melting Monday. I know, tell me about it. I'm just sat here, like, slowly melting in my relatively warm living room. I'm getting my hair cut on Wednesday as well, so I'll be glad to get this. Like, this fringe is getting long, and it's not helping my perspiration levels, because I just feel it just makes the sweat settle more on my head. Oh, it's horrible. My weekend was good though. I went a little in depth about my concert, because I went to a concert on Saturday and I did actually get to watch the second half of the England and France game after it, because my hotel had a very small and barely working, might I add, TV in the room. The hotel I picked for me and my mum was very kind of basic. It was barely there, if you will, but it was stayable for the one night we were staying in there. But it was really nice that I could actually watch the football for once, instead of like reading about it or reading a play-by-play. So I actually did get to see England completely tear through France, although France did try fighting back a little bit, but they didn't fight back hard enough. And thank you also, Cash, for your 25 stream watch streak. I really appreciate it. But going back to me starting to appear on my fiance's channel, I don't know yet when my first stream with my fiance on his channel, which, by the way, my fiance doesn't have a Twitch. The streams I do with my fiance will be on YouTube only. And if you did want to subscribe to my fiance ready for me appearing on his channel, then his YouTube channel is literally called Clownacy. It's lunacy, but instead of loon, it's clown. So hopefully that'll help you figure out how to spell it. I can also provide a link for the channel if anyone needs it. It might actually still be in my... Oh no, I don't think it is. I think I only include Fred's links in my YouTube description if he's actually on stream with me. So, but I do know the link off my heart, so... Because I should, because it's my fiance's channel, and I very much support anything and everything that he does. Uh, uh yeah, and then the actual so another thing about going to the concert on Saturday. So one thing I usually don't do well with is traveling to and from an event. I get major travel stress and anxiety beforehand, but it did help this time I wasn't the one driving. And I also, well, I did book the travel and the hotel for me and my mum and the concert tickets, but I wasn't the one kind of in charge. That was my mum's job. So I think that did help my stress and anxiety. Though it didn't stop the journey home from being an absolute nightmare yesterday because one, trains, like it didn't affect our train, thank God, but trains were getting cancelled left and right at Birmingham New Street Station. So that kind of raised my blood pressure a little bit. I was like, oh no, what if ours gets cancelled too? And then there was a moment where I thought it might get cancelled because we actually got on the train and the train driver, for some reason, took 20 minutes to get on the blooming train. And here I am. My blood pressure's just continuing to rise, and I'm just like, fingers crossed, praying to whatever God there might be in the sky. If, like, just praying that the train driver will show up. And I don't know if it was a he or a she or a they or a them, but they did show up, and yeah, I got home and it was stressful, and then I had to deal with getting from the train station to my house because I actually had to drive like an hour and a half. Oh no, I didn't drive. We had to travel like an hour and a half to get to the station where we got the train from. So a bit of a long travel day, which again explains why I didn't stream yesterday, even though I was scheduled to. Oh yeah. Excuse me. I have taken an antihistamine today, but the hay fever has been very strong today. So if I do sound like sniffly or like things are catching in my throat, like then it's just the hay fever, and I've done all I can about it. It just needs to like it just needs to be relieved on its own. I am also gonna be wary for the next few days because I know concerts are a pretty easy way to catch things because some people are a little bit dumb and they'll go to a concert either not knowing they have an illness or thinking they're better, and then they end up spreading illness to everybody. Like I still remember when I went to, I think it was when I went to Panic at the Disco's final ever concert, and because yeah, I got to go to that, and it was, I think it was the day after, and I immediately just felt really under the weather. And I think that was actually the second time I got COVID thinking about it. So, yeah, clearly someone at that concert gave me COVID. And someone that was sat very close to me. So that was very, very annoying. But yeah, even though I had the time of my life at an event, I end up getting COVID, which was still prevalent at the time I went to the concert. Speaking of concerts, so today is a pretty sad day for me because it marks 9 years to the day that the late great former lead singer of Linkin Park, Chester Bennington, passed away. And I was lucky enough last year in June to get to go see the new formation, the new lineup of Linkin Park live in concert in London. And I know there's a lot of hate around the new lineup because everyone's like, it's a female, and Emily's not as good as Chester. She'll never be Chester. But I am very much a fan of the new Linkin Park, but I was also a fan of the old Linkin Park, and Chester very much became a big part of my life when I got into Linkin Park in COVID. So yeah, Chester's passing is a really weird one for me because I didn't really grieve it as much at first when it was announced. And then when I actually got into Linkin Park, that was when I actually remembered, oh shoot, the lead singer actually died. And then I was able to be more emotional about it. I know you, Raheem. I'm sorry. Welcome in. For those on Twitch that can't see the YouTube chat, or if my chat is too small on my OBS overlay, Ibrahim says, I'm in the hospital with my grandkids, just in my last stage. You took too long to come back to streaming. I'm sorry, okay? I was at a concert on Saturday, and Saturdays are my day off anyway. And then Friday, I was preparing for the concert, so... And then yesterday, I was too tired from said concert. So, I know it's been 3 days, and I'm sure those were a very long 3 days. But I'm back now, and that's the main thing. Georgia in her Interstellar arc. Okay. I don't think I've seen Interstellar, the movie. I know my dad has it, but I don't think I ever watched it. I swear I was talking about something, and then yeah, and now I've just lost my train of thought. Well, anyway, it's time for the cross-examination, so let's see if I can get through this without making a mistake. Because you don't have to be perfect in an Ace Attorney game, but I do like to try and be perfect. Yeah, I've heard Interstellar is a really good movie, Ibrahim. I've just never watched it. And I am into space movies as well, because I've seen both Gravity and I've seen Gravity, The Martian with Matt Damon, which is another really good space movie, and Passengers as well with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. I really, really like that movie. But I'm really... yeah. I think it's Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar, right? I think so. For a second I thought it was Bradley. I was thinking it was Bradley Cooper, and then I was like, no way, I think it's Matthew McConaughey. Alright, alright, alright. Right. I really hope I'm not jinxing myself, because I don't usually cough as well, so that's what's also making me think, oh no, I hope I haven't caught anything from the concert. Because there was a lot of people like coughing at the concert. That's the thing with a cough nowadays, is you can't tell whether it's like COVID or another illness, or just someone that like, I don't know, like they smoke a lot or they have a problem with their throat or something. Oh, because, yeah, I think if you smoke a lot, you do naturally cough, because obviously you're used to having, like, inhaling smoke. Oh my god. Ah! Right. I don't think I need to press that. Living in his house for the past 2 years. The high priest widow believe in me as I identify the victim's body. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection to the high priest. Okay. Interstellar is a realistic space movie. Like when they show a spacecraft from outside, it's dead silent because there's no air in space. So no matter how big an explosion is, it's silent when shown from outside. Yeah. I'm gonna press all the statements, I think, to get information. Because that's usually the best thing to do when you start a new day of a trial, is just to get the most information you can. Okay, I'll press this one again.
Hold it!
Or press this next statement, I should say. I really hope this heat wave goes away soon though, because I started getting sick of the warm weather that we're having in the UK like a week or two ago, and it's like this heat wave never seems to end. I think I said this on a stream on one of mine and Fred's collab streams that we do on a Sunday, but if this summer in the UK isn't recorded as like the hottest summer on record, I will be very, very surprised. I know it's not over and a lot can change, but it just seems like this heat wave is not going anywhere, and it's horrible. It's kind of making me not like summer, honestly. Summer's meant to be my favourite season, and yet I just can't. I just haven't really enjoyed summer this year. Right. Press this one to get more info. me. And no, I wasn't dabbing, I was shielding my face because I don't like to... Why are you saying you're beautiful, Ibrahim? In case no one told you this today, I'm beautiful. Okay. And then you put a laughing emote. Okay. What is this? Weird opposite day? Ooh, ooh. I think a fake name is more logical. Yeah, I'll go Parade Zealot, it's a fake name. Just come on, Parade Zealot, Parade Zealot. Why would you want to call yourself a zealot? Oh god, I can feel another one coming. No! I hate the burning sensation. No! I don't want to sneeze again. Yeah, let's add it to the testimony. I don't think this will be a waste. Okay, so we've got to... He was a legal immigrant, so we don't know his real name. Okay. I wonder if we actually... Is there a chance that his real name is in the evidence somewhere? Oh god. Ah. Excuse me, does this napkin smell like chloroform? I am not aware of that quote. I don't see any extra names that... Oh, wait, hang on. I think I remember the answer to this one. I think I present the crime photo because I think the peach-shaped tattoo on the nape of his neck is a clue to his real identity. Objection! Yes, I do remember this part. Okay. Are you quoting a meme, Ibrahim? I am not aware. I don't exactly go around looking at toilet humor memes. Yeah, because the peach tattoo, I think it has a link to Karain. Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, Cash, do you know when Chugs is planning on streaming next? I still need to catch up on the Stellar Blaze stream from Saturday, so I'm hoping I'll still get time to do that before his next stream. Hopefully he's not live right now, because I don't really want to be 2 streams behind on Stellar Blade, because then depending on how long Chugs is... Oh, tomorrow? Oh, okay. I'll make sure to watch the VOD from Saturday before tomorrow then. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. This proves the victim was crying. Crying. There we go. Get my words out. So, peach tattoo.
Take that!
Best motivational quote I read today. Goats are like mushrooms because if you shoot a duck, then I'm afraid of toasters. Goats are like mushrooms because if you shoot a duck, then I'm afraid of toasters. I don't get the connection between the rest of the quote and the toaster part. Unless it's because if you shoot a duck, then you're probably gonna like cook it and eat it, maybe. I should probably let anyone that's not familiar with, jokes do tend to go over my head a little bit. So if they're not obvious, then I probably will be like, what? Like you think, because I have been told I am a pretty funny person. So you think that with me being a funny person, with what I like to think I have a good sense of humour, you would think I'd be able to get jokes, but I don't always. I am now breathing manually. Well, if I am breathing a lot, it's only because 1, I'm warm, and 2, hay fever. So my nose is very stuffy. My throat is kind of throaty. So, and I also have a weird cough, which I am very suspicious about because I am starting to think I might have maybe caught a little bit of something from the concert I went to, which I'm really hoping is not the case. Because I don't think I even said this. I don't even know what was wrong with me. But it was the night before, I think it was the Thursday night going into Friday. So, like, middle of the night-ish. Well, I was sick again. Like, you know, run to the bathroom sick. And I still don't know what caused it, because literally like literally like 4 hours later, I was fine again. And after that, I was fine. And I went to the concert. And I'm fine now. So I really do not know what caused that. That was really weird. But then, as well as being stressed about the concert, this week in general has just been really stressful. Because as well as this heat wave getting on my nerves, I am gonna get like suddenly raw and honest with you guys, so warning. But yeah, I've just been really stressed to the point where I have kind of just had moments where I'll like get really sad or cry about it this week. Because I don't handle stress well. I do feel like if I...
Objection.
I don't think I think I've gotten over it now, but it's just things kind of got on my rag a little bit this week, and instead of my reaction to it wasn't anger, it was more stress. So instead of getting angry about the things that happened, I was just like, why are these things happening? They shouldn't be happening. Ibrahim, so we breathe oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. What if we're secretly plants for aliens and they're using us to get CO2? I don't know. Wow, this crying judge is not, it's not, he's a way too open book. Real Nemu. Real Nemu? I'm trying to think what that might be a pun of. Ugh! Is it literally like a Chinese way of saying real name? If so, that's really funny. Oh, Ibrahim, you turned on your PS5, inserted a disk, it was copying data from it and stopped in the middle with an error. Oh no. What was the error? Was it storage related, or was the disk damaged, or what was it? Because usually if a download stops for me on my PS5, it's storage related because I need to free up more space. So that's a relatively easy fix if there's something that I would rather delete from my installed games. Though not so easy if I'm trying to play something different, but I still want to keep all the other games on my console.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
So you started to panic, you took it out, put it back in, still stuck at that exact point, took it out, cleaned it, put it back in, same situation. Did you fix it? Did you figure out what was wrong with it?
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay, I'm gonna... Well, no, I'm not gonna skip it because I skipped it last time and it skipped the divination seance part where you see where you see the victim's last memories. So, learn my lesson. I'm not gonna skip it again. Even if it means you guys have to watch this very elegant dance over and over. It is a pretty dance, even if it is a bit like, just get on with it already, get on with the seance. Oh, you just have 2 faulty discs? Yeah, that's happened to me before. Ooh, Plume Punisher theme. Interesting. Pin. Wait, is that it? That was the quickest seance ever. Ooh, there's not much to work with there. Yeah, the ground and whatever the victim was sensing at the time. What were the 2 discs that were faulty, Ibrahim? Were they good games or? Okay, I'm guessing they were good games then if you wanted to play them after you got your new monitor. Yeah, that sucks. So, seeing as I didn't stream yesterday, I will go through the usual what games I've been playing lately and what anime I've been watching section that me and Fred like to do on our stream. So I have been, off stream I have mainly been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, Wuthering Waves. I am playing the brand new version 3.5 update for that, and I have been, since I've been watching Chugs play Stellar Blade, I've gotten back into my road to platinum for Stellar Blade because I do want to play that. I do want to platinum that game. So I am currently continuing the New Game Plus playthrough that I started late last year, I think. So, and whilst I'm playing through that game, I'm trying to get all the cans. I'm trying to. Oh, I'm gonna have to be careful here because I don't want to spoil it for anyone that might be unfamiliar with the game. But basically, I'm just trying to get all of the lore, all the items. I'm trying to remember what other trophies there even are. Oh well, I guess I'll just stop there just to avoid spoiling anything. But I think it's going well. I don't think I'm struggling at all with trying to platinum the game. There is a really good collectibles guide that I am using to help me find all the collectibles, so that's going really well, especially because the guide I'm using is really detailed and it has pictures. I always appreciate a guide that actually has pictures rather than just lines and lines of text. So Stellar Blade, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, which I'm trying to remember. I know I played a little bit more after the last time I talked about it, but it's been a couple of days since I last played it, so I'm trying to remember where I'm even at in the story. But I'm still really, really enjoying that game. And I think it just crossed 3 million copies sold, which I think is more than... I think it got to that point quicker than Assassin's Creed Shadows did. So, very, 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 very cool. It was Far Cry 4, PS4 disc, and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag wanted to experience the original before remake. Since I play a full series and these games take place right in the middle, so not playing them would make my whole plan fall apart. Oh, yeah, that's really ironic because I've not played it in a while, but I do have Far Cry 4, also the PS4 version, installed on my PS5, and I am currently playing the remake of Black Flag, so I do want to get back to Far Cry 4 though, because I do want to actually play through and finish that game. Because it was literally unopened in my box of games for a while, and I want to play the other Far Cries because I played 6 and I really enjoyed it. So I have 4 and 5, so I just want to see if I can actually get through those and enjoy those as well. So, Stellar Blade, Wuthering Waves, Black Flag Resynced. I am also slowly but surely still trying to master all of the retro achievements for Professor Layton and the Lost Future on DS, because I've been using retro achievements, which, for those that don't know, retro achievements is a really good achievement website where if you use emulators like RetroArch, for example, then you can, with retro achievements, you can actually get trophies or achievements for older games. So like PS2 games, Nintendo DS games, Nintendo Wii games, even older consoles than that, like Mega Drive, Nintendo 64, that kind of generation. So it's a really cool website. And right now I'm trying to master all of the Professor Layton games. I literally just have Lost Future to go out of the ones that have achievements. So I'm almost there because I literally have 1 trophy to get. And I have to master the game without making a single mistake in any of the puzzles to do it. So Cash, I don't know how true this is, but there's a rumour that we might be getting an animated series of Crash Bandicoot on Netflix and a Crash Bandicoot movie. Okay, an animated series of Crash Bandicoot on Netflix sounds interesting, but a Crash Bandicoot movie I am kind of more cautiously optimistic about, because I feel like animated video game adaptations for me are kind of hit and miss. Like, because the Mario movies so far have both been excellent, especially for those of you that haven't seen Super Mario Galaxy movie. I really do recommend it because it is quite a bit better than the first one. Like, the first one was good, but Mario Galaxy was even better in my opinion. And then with Sonic, I kind of have a very love-hate relationship with the live-action Sonic movies, because Sonic 1, I kind of felt like I'd just been through a weird drug high after watching that. That's like the nicest way I can put it. I kind of left the cinema wondering what the hell I just watched. And then, but with 2, I felt like it was a lot better. I really enjoyed Sonic 2, whereas Sonic 1 was just like a weird, trippy roller coaster ride, and not in a good way. Still need to see Sonic 3 at some point, and I have heard really good things about Sonic 3, but what other animated video game adaptations have there been? Devil May Cry. I still need to finish season 3 of that, which, and it's not that I am enjoying it. I'm watching too many other, I guess, more exciting things on Netflix at the minute. So Devil May Cry has kind of slipped into my Netflix backlog, and it also doesn't help that the next season of Devil May Cry has been announced to be the last season, which honestly surprised me. I didn't think Wait, did I say season 3 of Devil May Cry? I mean season 2. But the next season of Devil May Cry is going to be the last one, which kind of shocked me because I didn't think it was going to be a trilogy, especially with the games being more than 3 games. There's like 5 of them, maybe 6 of them, I think. So clearly Adi Shankar, the creator of the Devil May Cry animated series, didn't plan on animating the whole games, which is a little disappointing. No, Ibrahim, Fred does not like the Sonic movies. He hated Sonic 1 more passionately than I did. I was kind of just like, I kind of like soft hated it, where I was like, what the hell is this? Whereas Fred is just like, no. I don't want to watch the Sonic movie. I don't want to talk about the Sonic movie. Yeah, and then Sonic 2, I actually watched that on the flight back from the holiday to America that me and Fred went on earlier in the year in January. So, and Fred just looked away. He was not interested. He didn't even want to give the second Sonic movie a chance. So Fred is very much into the Sonic games, don't get me wrong, but the Sonic movies, no, he couldn't run far enough away from them. Every bit of pun intended, because Sonic likes to go fast. Yeah, there's Devil May Cry. Trying to think what other animated video game adaptations there were. Well, I guess the point is that I'll remain hopeful about Crash Bandicoot, but if the rumor about that ends up being true and they are making a and they are making like an animated Crash Bandicoot or a live action Crash Bandicoot movie. But given the kind of hit and miss record with animated video game adaptations in the past, yeah, I'm gonna wait until the reviews come out, I think, and kind of gauge how good it is from there before I go give it a chance myself. The animated Crash Bandicoot Netflix series, I'm definitely interested in that. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna pause. Pattern on the. So the victim was offering up his prayers, which I think is right. The night of the. Wait, hang on. I don't think the victim is in the plaza, because the plaza's ground where the victim's body was found does not look like that. I think we have been somewhere with a very similar looking surface. Oh, thanks, Ibrahim. I appreciate it. Georgia always fails to disappoint us. I am glad you say that, because I do. So I always talk about Chugs, or if you're also a wrestling fan, Adam Cole, because he is one of my favorite streamers, and I do really get it now when he says he always gets so bummed if he can't stream, because I do. If I cancel a stream due to illness or due to being busy, I do genuinely kind of get that pit of just being bummed out or disappointed in my stomach, because I do really enjoy streaming, and I do really enjoy getting to talk to you guys and also share my love of video games, and also by proxy anime and wrestling with a wider audience. So I do kind of get that feeling that Chugs gets, or that Chugs talks about, where he's like, I really wish I could have streamed, and it was really disappointing that I couldn't, and I really missed you guys. So in all ways, I am glad that you're never disappointed, even when I do have to cancel a stream. I do appreciate as well how understanding everyone is. Like, my immune system isn't the best. I am gonna be. I hope I'm not. I would like to think I won't be like ill like 2 times a week or once or twice a month, whatever it is, but sometimes my body just makes me ill out of nowhere, and I can't control it. So I do catch things really easily because of my weird immune system. So as a result, if I do have to cancel a stream because I was sick during the night or something, or even if my hay fever gets a bit too much for me to handle, I do get just like, oh, but I wanted to play Ace Attorney or Red Dead 2 or whatever the game of the day is. Yeah, so I don't know whether I made my point clearly there. I kind of felt like I rambled, but yeah, just I I get disappointed and I miss you guys when I don't stream, even if I know I can't control the reason why I can't stream. And plus, you do have to... One thing that streaming has made me realise is you do have to prioritise things sometimes. You do have to kind of evaluate what your priorities are. Because I do think... I know that streaming is it's a big priority for me, but I know that I also absolutely have to put my health first, and also not, like, if I'm busy, say if a family member's coming over or whatever, then I don't want to be rude to them and say, no, I'm streaming, come back another day, because family time is really important, especially when you're someone like me who lives away from your family and you don't really get to see them as often as you probably hoped you would. Like, I can't remember. I think the last time I saw my dad was Father's Day. Or around... Or it might have even been before Father's Day. So that was like at the start of last month. So a little bit of a while ago now. And then my mum's more recent. My mum, I'm gonna kind of roast my dad a little bit because my mum does a way better job of keeping in touch with me and actually arranging stuff with me. I feel like with my dad, I more have to be the instigator. That's the word I'm looking for. Where I message him and I'm like, "Hi Dad, I miss you. Wanna hang out?" And oftentimes he'll take ages to get back to me because he's retired and he's busy. And he's a keen fisherman, so 9 times out of 10 he will be on his boat and he won't have had his phone. So... Yeah, there are days where I will admittedly be like, secretly, like, a bit annoyed at my dad. even like my mum, when I tell my mum how bad my dad's gotten at like replying to me, she'll agree with me about it. Mama. Okay. So, I think I know what evidence to present, but I do want to check the statement. So, I am going to... Because it could be any statement where I kind of start to prove that the victim perhaps wasn't killed in the plaza. Second statement and second panel, select the gingle smell. Okay. That, yeah, I don't know whether I would have gone for that. So, do I... second statement, there we go. And then second panel? There we go. And then select the gingle smell.
Objection!
There we go. Bear with me, guys. Just need to drop a quick message to Fred. There we go. Hopefully he sees it. Because I was just talking about my dad being fat, like being delayed at replying to messages. Fred can get like that sometimes. Oh, you didn't hear me, did ya?
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
I did hear call to action.
I was just I was just saying that you sometimes don't hear the ping on the notification, so you can be a little bad to reply to messages. Because I was roasting my dad and saying how he he takes ages to get back to me. How the victim couldn't have smelled Gingle on the night of the riot. I don't even know what Gingle is. Yay, H2O time. Thank you, Fred. Oh, actual water. I can actually hydrate myself now. Before I was drinking the last of my cherry Dr. Pepper, I think it was. Right. Gingle. Gingle. Because I'm believes. So believe statement. The family Family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made with Gingle. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite and must be finished by 3 PM the same day. So the victim couldn't have... yeah, so the Gingle would have been earlier in the day. Okay. Gingle must be a Chinese local ingredient. I will certainly be having a very wrestling themed day tomorrow because I still need to watch Saturday night's main event because I haven't watched it yet because on the Saturday it was on, I was at the concert and I didn't bring any. Yeah, the only electronic device I brought with me to the concert when I stayed over was my phone. I didn't bring my laptop or anything, and unfortunately UK hotels are caught up with the times yet, so you can't really there are no smart TVs, so you can't just connect to Netflix on the TV, which I think is a bit poor. I think UK hotels do need to get with the times a little bit and maybe update their TVs so their guests can actually watch their favourite streaming services even when they're away from home. But so tomorrow I'll be catching up on Saturday night's main event, and then I will probably I don't know whether I'll watch it all, but I know tomorrow the new season of WWE Unreal season 3 comes out on Netflix, and I'll definitely be watching it. I don't know whether I'll watch it all, because maybe my mum might want to watch some of it, if not all of it, on Wednesday when I see her. So, but WWE Unreal is that good of a documentary series that I can watch it multiple times and not really get tired of it, because the first time I watch it is just so I've watched it, and then the second time I do kind of pick up on things I might have missed the first time around, which is always good. But it is always fun to kind of pick up on things that you missed when you rewatch TV shows. Okay, so Parade Zealot's autopsy report has been updated. It was the afternoon of the day before the riot that started. The pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. And that was the update to the insights. Do we have a weather forecast or something like that? So, court record. I swear we have a weather... Yeah, there we go. May 9th newspaper. That's it. So... yeah, let me look at the court record. So, where is the weather? Weather, there we go. Clear skies, so it shouldn't be dark. So surely, I think I am on the right statement, and then maybe I need to select the ground. So like the site. Just gonna check. Yeah, the green floor site. And yeah, I'm on the... Yeah, I'm bang on the money. Okay.
Objection!
Even though I do actually really like Rafer as a character, I do also really enjoy when Phoenix riles her up in court. Yeah, but if it was dark, then that's the whole point. You shouldn't have been able to see anything if it was dark. And now we're gonna present the newspaper.
Take that!
Yep, there we go. Phoenix has finally brought the point I was alluding to him. He was not killed at the prayer site. So I think I've talked about all the games I've played, but in terms of the anime I'm watching right now, so me and Fred are slowly but surely working our way through the latest season of ReZero, starting Life in Another World. So we're on season 4, and we were at the part of the season where Subaru and the gang, they're in a library and they're trying to complete exams to get onto the higher floors so they can not unlock, but so they can access more of the information available in the library. So it's a weird kind of like puzzle labyrinth library, which is kind of cool. So I'm watching ReZero with Fred. I am working my way still through Demons of the Shadow Realm Season 1, which again, I highly recommend Demons of the Shadow Realm, especially if you agree with me that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is one of the greatest animes of all time, because the mangaka for Full Metal Alchemist also wrote Demons of the Shadow Realm. So if you're a fan of Full Metal Alchemist, there is a very, very good chance that you will like Demons of the Shadow Realm, because it has a very similar sibling dynamic, although whereas it was two brothers in Full Metal Alchemist, in Demons of the Shadow Realm, it's a brother and a sister. So a little bit of a different dynamic, but still very similar themes. And I'm really enjoying it. I also think the opening song, sung by Vaundy, is an absolute banger. So I am a big fan of anime music as well. I do have a massive playlist of all of my favourite anime songs on Spotify, which I very regularly listen to. So if you do follow me on any of my socials and you do see me listening to Spotify and what I'm listening to is in Japanese, then there's a very, very good chance it is an anime song. And now we're going to hammer home where the victim was killed, and I am going to present the rebel hideout because those pillars with the moss on them look very, very similar to the pattern in the divination seance, and there's even handprints on the rightmost pillar.
Take that!
So let's do it. So, Demons of the Shadow Realm, ReZero, what else am I watching? I'm slowly working my way through Persona 5, the animation, because now that I've finished playing Persona 5 Royal on stream, I figured now was the perfect time to get into the anime version of Persona 5 Royal. So, I am really enjoying Persona 5, the animation. Still very, very early. I think I'm at the point where the Phantom Thieves are still even being formed. Like, they're not even a thing yet. So, but I'm really, really enjoying it. What else? I've not really watched much more One Piece since I finally finished the part where Luffy and the Straw Hats were at the Sky Island. Not really watched much more of that because it kind of feels a little bit like the current arc I'm on is like filler before they get to the next big arc. I might be wrong about that because I know there are websites that literally denote which, like literally annotate which One Piece episodes are filler and which ones aren't. But yeah, there isn't really much going on right now from what I remember. So I do want to get back into the One Piece anime and then actually get on to the next big arc, because I know some of the arcs that come after Sky Island, Sky P arc are really, really good. I'm also still slowly working my way through Classroom of the Elite as well. That's a really good slice of life anime. And then I am also slowly rewatching Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc, ready for Infinity Castle to come out on Crunchyroll in 8 days. So the Hashira Training Arc is short, so I can take my time with it, because I'm sure I will absolutely get it rewatched and refreshed in my brain, ready for Infinity Castle to come out. And I also, another anime I really need to get back into, so I can make sure I finish it before the season 2 October premiere, is Black Clover. Because I do really, really like Black Clover. The only niggly thing I have with it is kind of like, it's not as long as One Piece, but it is still long. Like, that anime treats itself like a massive book about a boy without magic that becomes a magic knight. And it does really feel like a book with a lot of chapters. So that's the only kind of thing that makes me feel like I need to have breaks from Black Clover sometimes. Yeah, I think I can just present anywhere on here. Yeah, there we go. In terms of weekly anime, I'm not really watching that much weekly anime at the moment. The only one I'm watching is the newest shonen anime on the block, that being Black Torch, which so far has been a really, really fun anime, really, really intriguing, and I'm really enjoying it. I do want to thank you all for being here. It is nice to see people in the chat and to be able to chat with you guys again, because I've been made aware already, thanks again Ibrahim, but it has been a few days since I last streamed due to well, mostly reasons related to the concert that I went to on Saturday night. So Friday I was preparing for the concert, Saturday was my off day and I was at the concert, and then Sunday I was recovering from being at the concert. So, but it is really, really good to be back on stream again, and like I said, I will be here for the rest of the week, so my usual stream schedule. I'll be streaming tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is my off day, and then Sunday is my collaboration day with my fiance. But I hope everyone is having a great start to their week. I know if you're a parent and you're in the chat, you will be very aware that your kids might be off school now if they are still in their kid era and they're still being little terrors or little excited jitterbugs, I guess. Because, well, I don't actually know how it works in other countries, but in the UK, the school kids from like primary school and secondary school are all off school now for the summer. They'll go back in September. Because that is another thing I miss about school. I didn't realise how much I missed it until I realised in college, in the UK college system, you don't really get as many holidays, so it means you have to study more and go to college more, and there ain't much of a break, so it did make me miss the fact that in the UK you do, as a kid, get a nice 6 weeks summer holiday. And even though I liked school, don't get me wrong, the 6 weeks of school summer holidays that I used to be able to get were absolute bliss, just being able to do whatever I wanted. Not having to worry about homework. Because I will admit, even though I did like school, the one thing I hated about school was homework. I despise the idea of having to do extra assignments and stuff at home. I used to be a procrastinator where I would do work at the last minute, but luckily I managed to get out of that habit, I think, when college came around. Or maybe secondary school, so the UK equivalent of high school in America. I will be live for just under another half an hour, so this will be a 2-hour stream. Absolutely, because I definitely still think I'm not up for doing a 3-hour stream today. I do still need to get the last kind of bits of tiredness out of me from the concert. One thing that was nice, which I've not had in a while, is I actually managed to get quite a lot of sleep last night, which was really, really nice. Oh, he was already dead during the riot. Yeah, that would make sense, given that we know when he was killed. He was killed before the riot happened. This points out the time of death is made to appear later than it actually was. Okay. Draw a autopsy report. Well, no, we're looking at Prayer Zealot now. We're not looking at Terrorist in Me. Maya's statement. The water in the spring was already stained red when Lady Kira, Plume Punisher, Inner Sanctum, photos, zealot autopsy report, warbard dagger, Amanda flower, family photo, belief statement, brand new flag, Tomb of Secrets, Dex lawbook, rebel hideout. Was it? Does it have something to do with the crime photo? Let me look at the log for a second. If he was killed at the Inner Sanctum, that would explain one more thing. How the time of death was made. Oh! Wait, yeah. So, is it the... Yeah, I think I meant to present the Inner Sanctum photos.
Take that!
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because if the... Because if the crime scene wasn't manipulated, then the spring wouldn't be blood red. Like the water spring, it wouldn't have been blood red because the spring goes blood red during the rite, and the victim was killed before the rite. The defense can invalidate this piece of evidence. The fingerprints on the dagger, the Plume Punisher theme. The Plume Punisher theme? Maybe? Or the fingerprints on the dagger. I'll go Plume Punisher theme, but I will check. Let's see. Yay, the Plume Punisher theme. I was right. I think it has something to do with that alarm clock in the rebel hideout. There's something there that played the theme song other than my client's strap, which, yeah, is the Plume Punisher alarm clock that is in the rebel hideout. There we go, and there it is, Plume Punisher clock.
Take that!
I do wonder if that is meant to be, if the fact that they're using sound as a key piece of evidence in this case, I wonder if that's meant to be a sneaky little callback or Easter egg back to one of the earliest cases in the original Ace Attorney trilogy, where there was this statue called the Thinker, and it would say the time aloud.
Objection!
Because it was actually a clock, not a statue. Another anime I'm also watching at the minute, which I totally forgot to mention, even if season 2 has been really good so far, is Mystoria. Oh my gosh, the first part of that season where the town gets put under attack and So, they do not mess around with the fates of some characters during that attack. Whoa. Very, very, very hard-hitting stuff. So, Insight has been revised. So now instead of it saying the victim has offered, or the victim was offering his prayers, it now says the victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. And it also now just says it was the afternoon of the day before the rite. So let's see, I will pause and then, so victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Then someone was there and the theme to the Plume Punisher filled the air. The accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. Blade struck true. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that someone was there. Welcome back, Cash. Your back was having Cajun chicken with lime and coriander rice for a late dinner/tea. Plus my mum came around and put my electric fan up in the ceiling light. So now I have one in my bedroom and in the living room for this warm weather we're having in the UK. Yeah. I am starting to think maybe me and Fred might need to invest in more fans because we only have one. Right now it's in the living room, but we clearly need more because I don't think one fan is good enough to keep the whole house cool, especially because we have to keep moving it depending on what room we're in. So we might have it in the living room, or we might, when we're trying to wind down and get to sleep on a night, we might have it on in the bedroom. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's possible, but one thing it would be nice to have one day is a ceiling fan as well, because I know they're pretty good for making a whole room warm. Not warm, cool. My brain wasn't working there for a second. Someone was there and the theme. Yeah. I might have a hunch on what this one might be. So I am going to check. New first statement. Oh, okay. So it's the first statement. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. Yeah, actually, how do we know he was stood? The slab could have fallen over, so he might have still been in like a proper praying position. Fourth panel. So fourth panel, so fast forward and select and then heavy.
Objection!
Also, I hope your Cajun chicken with lime and coriander rice was nice, Cash. It sounds delicious, even if again I'm not the biggest spice lover. Me and Fred actually had quite a nice early tea slash dinner earlier on. We had, well, actually, it wasn't an early tea. It was more like right on time. But we had cheese and crackers. And the cheese, it wasn't just like a normal cheese. It was a really nice blue cheese. And the crackers were kind of like Ritz, but a cheap brand version. We also have pickle as well as an alternate topping, but we're gonna save that for when we have blander cheeses, because Fred went shopping today and he got quite a few, quite a moderate cheese selection for the crackers. So we've got blue cheese, kind of like a Parmesan cheese. We've got brie. We've got we've got blue cheese, kind of like Parmesan, and we've got brie. I think we've got one more, but I can't remember what it was. Or maybe I'm just thinking of the blue cheese that we already had. Mature cheddar. I think that was it. I also, because of the UK heatwave, I have a lot of ice cream in my freezer. So after me and Fred had, well, yeah. I think it was after, or it might have been before, just because I was getting a bit too warm, but I had one of my favourite ice creams that I love to get and I love to eat. It's Häagen-Dazs salted caramel. I am a sucker for anything salted caramel flavour. So, and Häagen-Dazs do a heavenly salted caramel ice cream. I also have quite a few tubs of Ben & Jerry's in the fridge. Not fridge, freezer. So definitely, I'm obviously not going to go too overboard on the sugar, or at least try not to during this heat wave, but it is nice to know that if I do get too warm and I do also want a sugar fix, then I do have lots of ice cream. Yeah, it's gotta be the stone slab falling, like I thought it was. I don't think the culprit jumped on him. Yeah. I clearly remember this case better than I thought I did, because I've been able to like suddenly just remember the correct answers as I'm going through the case, which has been quite funny. Oh, it got crushed underneath the slab. Oh, that's slightly different to how I remembered it. I thought the victim was on top of the slab, not underneath it.
Objection.
Cash. Both your fans you got from Amazon. Both have lights and my bedroom has a speaker, so I can connect my music via Bluetooth. Plus it can change colours instead of normal light. Oh, that's cool. And both fans are controlled by remote. Whoa, that's fancy. I do have Bluetooth speakers, but I don't need them because I have a Fire TV stick, so if I want to listen to music in my bedroom, me and Fred, we have a TV in the bedroom, so I just switch my Fire TV stick that I got from Amazon is connected to. So I have Spotify installed on that and I just use it. Freddy got the munchies.
I don't appreciate you broadcasting it to the whole world.
Okay.
White cat Texas. Cats to the whole world.
I will not be surprised if me and Fred just suddenly end up living in a house with a lot of cats as pets, because there are 2 white cats in our neighborhood and they both love to come into our garden and just graze in the sun. So I am a bit worried. I do hope that whoever the owner, like, maybe they both belong to the same owner, but I just hope the owner of the cats is looking after them, because it does seem like they do spend quite a lot of time in the sun. I would look after them myself, but well, I'm not exactly the biggest cat person, and there is like certain rules with living in a house. Like, unfortunately, if me and Fred do want pets, we'd have to move to a different house, because this house, the landlord won't let us have a pet in the house. So maybe the landlord's not that much of a pet person either. Oh wow. I literally yawn and then I look at the time and I'm like, oh wow, it's nearly over. Yeah, I'll probably go for another 2-3 more minutes and then I'll call it a day. Just because I want to go until it hits 9 o'clock exactly my time. So in 3 minutes, basically. Yeah, the statue. This shows what really killed the victim. So, yeah, the inner sanctum photo. Well, actually, yeah.
Take that!
This is what really took Brave Zealot's life.
Take that! Objection!
Switcheroo. I like how Nayuta is not familiar with that word at all. Ooh, I love a good revolving door. The only revolving door I don't like is the infamous revolving door that is in The Walking Dead Season 5 that provides us with one of the gruesomest deaths in the whole of that whole show. If you know, you know. And if you don't, then you probably don't want to know. The slab pushed him onto the statue and that killed him. So does that mean it was just... Well, no. Because the slab could still have been pushed by somebody. Hey, the Warbad statue has been updated, and its purpose in this case is now the true murder weapon for Perez Zealot's case. Okay, so now that the kind of now that the now that they've finished kind of digesting the information that Perez Zealot was killed due to the Warbad statue, I am gonna call it a day for the stream because it is, well, it's now actually 9:01. So it is, even though it's not quite 3 hours, it is, had I started bang on time, it would be over 3 hours. So I am gonna save, yeah, definitely make sure, and 21:01. I'll save again just to make sure. There we go. And quit the game. Don't save. Yes. Okay. So there we go. That was the Ace Attorney stream for today. I am gonna put it on my end of stream scene. So if you enjoyed the stream and you don't already, then do follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to me on Twitch if you want to show a little bit of extra support. On both Twitch and YouTube, you can turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. That way you can be there for the very start of my stream. Cash, I am so excited for that match. Oh, Nick Aldis is finally having his WWE in-ring debut. I've been a fan of Nick since his TNA days, back when he wrestled under the ring name of Magnus. So I am very, very excited for that match. I know how good of a wrestler Nick Aldis actually is, and I do hope he gets to show that against Gunther and make Gunther eat his words a little bit. So, and even though I know that Nick Aldis will probably go back to his post as SmackDown GM, I'm also hoping that maybe he might give a full-time in-ring career another shot, because it would be nice to see him do more matches for WWE, especially if the match at SummerSlam against Gunther goes really well. But I am also worried that they might turn Gunther versus Nick Aldis into another career killer storyline for Gunther, so maybe Gunther might be the one to retire Nick Aldis, so I'm really hoping that's not where it's heading, because he already retired John Cena, he already retired Goldberg, which I didn't mind, because Goldberg, let's be real, he wasn't as good as he was at the end of his heyday compared to the start of his heyday. And then AJ Styles, which was probably the most shocking one, because I thought AJ was going to be like John Cena and have the full year and not retire at the start of the year. So, but I am very, very excited. SummerSlam this year does actually have a really, really enticing card so far. I am really, really excited about a lot of the matches. So Punk and Cody, Gunther and Nick, and yeah, just the card in general looks good. So I am looking forward to it. But in the meantime, also my next stream will be tomorrow. It will be Yakuza 5 Remastered, and I will be so the stream will be starting at 7 PM BST tomorrow. I will try and be a little bit more on time. I was a little bit late with setting up, which is why I was a couple of minutes late, but I think a couple of minutes late is still acceptable compared to like not streaming. Better late than never, as they say. So yeah, I hope to see you all tomorrow for Yakuza 5 Remastered. Also, if you are on YouTube, then do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will end the stream on YouTube so I can raid someone on Twitch. But do join me tomorrow for more Yakuza 5 Remastered, and until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.